everyone, and peace of Christ all of you. Please invite your friends. And today, as usual, we are here to show the liars that they are liars. But the question is, why they lie? I mean, if somebody is proud about his prophet, why he need to lie? If somebody have faith in his religion, why he need to lie about it? Obviously, those who make lies about their prophet, they don't believe in him. Otherwise, they will not lie. Not only that, actually, Muhammad himself, he said to them that the one who lie about me, of you, speaking to the Muhammadan for sure, Allah will make him sit in a chair made of fire. Yet still they lie. Now, I don't know if you saw the video of an ex-Muslim. He sent it to me. You can download it there. We can see it in Patreon, to his channel. He had a video of this boy. First, in the video, a Christian woman, she was, obviously she is not educated. So she said to him, Jesus is Aramaic, right? The word Jesus. He said, yes. Expert in Aramaic. He reminded me of Mimi Hijab when he said, Elijah mean God with us. Yes, he agreed. Jesus in English or Latin, it is Aramaic. That was a good one. But I'm not going to judge him by his stupidity and ignorance about Aramaic. But what about a person he claimed? And he repeated that in the video. And he was speaking to somebody. He called him Christian Prince fan. He said that the prophet, he freed her and honored her to marry her. He what? He freed her and honored her to marry her. Like, what the heck? He freed her and honored her to marry her. Which means he freed her first, he honored her first, and he married her last. And we keep asking for reference. Remember this guy, this I don't want to call him guy, this boy. He keep anything we show him, he say it's daif. It's daif. It's daif. It says there Sahih, it's daif. It says there Hasan, it's daif. Now, as long he loved to play the game of daif and strong, I have a challenge for this Abdul. Can he show us the strong reference that he's a prophet, he married this woman? Is that fair, Muslims? Is that fair? We are not asking for much. He claimed that he's a prophet, he freed her, he honored her to marry her. So he freed her first, he honored her second, or the purpose of freeing her is to honor her, and he married her. Okay. But the question was, your prophet having sex with the slave who is not lawful for him, because in the Quran it says that it's lawful for you, your right hand possess, which is the women you capture from war. And if you search in the Quran, you will find that all over the place. If we type the word Malikatul Yamin or Malakatul Yamin, we will find a huge number of verses speaking about the women you own, and all of them, they are coming from war. And you can read any translation, of this Quran. women who you possess, and actually even in the Muslim translation it says there, captive, you see it? Captive. Your right hand possess, between two bracket, captive. This is the Muslim website, this is not my website. This is not my translation. I don't agree with any Islamic translation. Even if even the one who is saying something, let us say, truthful, because you know, one verse is truthful, the rest are not. One line is truthful, the rest is not. So here you see that even Muslims, they agree that Muhammad was allowed to rape women who they are captive, even if they are married and they have husband, and Muhammad he knew their husband, even they are his cousins. So he captured them, he can rape them. So Muhammad have no right to have sex with this woman, Mary the Copt, who she was a gift, and the king who sent him the gift of 2 slaves, he sent with her, or with them, 1,000 case of gold. Remember, the Muslims, they say Muhammad was a very poor person. I mean, look, do you see how poor he is? 1,000 case of gold. Very poor. But the problem here, why this guy is lying, or this kid? Because it's very embarrassing. Muhammad never get a license to have sex with a slave. She is not from war. All the Quran, when the Quran mention your right hand possess, it is about the captives of war. And you can read any interpretation you want of Muslims, not us. You know, don't take our words for granted. Take what the Muslims say about this. You will see all of them, they agree that this is about the captive of war. It's lawful for Muhammad, you know, and lawful for the Muslims only to have sex with women who they are their slaves from war. But Mary, she is not a slave from war. She was a gift. And as you receive gift in Christmas, Muhammad, you receive gift, a human. And the Muslim, the funny, they say to you that the Prophet, he did, you know, he's against slavery. But the guy, he have slaves everywhere. All his houses have slaves to serve his wives. All his houses. But look what happened here. By denying that Muhammad was having sex with her in order to save the honor of Muhammad, he got Muhammad again busted. I wanted to show proofs, not a speech. And I want to ask the Muslims who they are listening. I will put in the screen the official government of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And this is the House of Mufti. This is the religion, the Ministry of Islam. And this is the office of the Mufti. The Mufti in Saudi Arabia is the highest person in the kingdom, for sure after the king. He is the one who signed your execution. Which means if a judge, he decides to execute you, he cannot execute you unless he got a signature of this person who is in charge of this office. Which means he is the highest authority in Saudi Arabia, which make him the highest authority in the world when it's come to the yellow pages of Muhammad. And here is the question in front of your eyes, and I'm going to use Google Translation. I will post it for you. Let me post the link for you. So you can do the same as I'm doing. If you look at the link, it says Al-Ifta. Al-Ifta, which means the house of Ifta, the house of the holy orders. And in the top it says the following. Let me show you. Let me zoom in the link, in the top of the link. It says Al-Ifta government.sa. Do you see it? So if there is any question about how legitimate this website, if there's any Muslim here, he thinks this is a fake website, alifta.gov.sa, Saudi Arabia. Do those people have a reason to lie? Which one we are going to take for granted? A Bachabazi or official Islamic government scholarship website? Which one of them Muslims should listen to? those are the one who they are in charge of the Kaaba. If they lie, well, we just showed you Muhammad said that the one who made a lie about me, let him sit in the top of a chair made of fire in hell. So they have no reason to lie. So what we will do in the front of your eyes, we are going to use Google Translation, because this is the only way, and you can do the same. I just posted the link. You can click and translate to English. As you see in the top, let us zoom in the top. Most the question, the holy mosque. So you see they are the one in charge. It says here Jami' al-Khadim al-Haramain al-Sharifain. So this is the mosque of the Kaaba. This is literally the Kaaba. Purified Sunnah. They are in charge of it. And this is the number of the fatwa. As you see, there's a number for the question and there's a date. The question is, let us zoom out so you guys can maybe able to read with us. Question number 11. The number of the wives, which mean the wives of Muhammad. So this page is about how many wives Muhammad he have, which is not really important for us for now, because the topic is that Muhammad had a wife, her name is Mary the Copt. If we go down a little bit, we will see that it says that Mary, she was just a woman for fun, Maria the concubine, and he did not marry her. Do you see it? Why the Muslims, if we can call those people Muslims, why they are lying about what their prophet did? What is the problem exactly? Why they need to lie about it? Simply, the one who did lie, he is seeing it as something embarrassing. They are saying she is the mother of his son Ibrahim, which is very funny because Muhammad, he cannot have sex and he cannot have children. This is why he exaggerates with his stories of sexual power. But Muhammad himself, he said, I was the most weak person between all mankind, and then I invoke Allah, which means he is known to be a person who cannot have sex. This is why Muhammad actually, when he was married to Khadija, he could not have any children from her. Even the Muslims, they say that he have at least Fatima from her, but all of us, we knew this cannot be true. And this is why Muhammad, in the time of his marriage to Khadija, she gave up, so she adopted a son. His name is Zayd, and later Muhammad, he forbidden adoption so he can have the wife of his own son by adoption wife. A man who can have sex normally and he can have children, and he's an Arab, why he want to adopt a son, a boy? Because simply he is not able. I remember Muhammad have all those women, okay, all these women, she gave him a boy. And later we find a story that she was accused, this woman who is a slave, sleeping around, including her cousin. And then he sent Umar ibn Khattab to check on him. He found that he had no penis, which is very funny, because it looked like only this guy in the town, he have a penis. But as you see, the Saudi website, the official government website, it says كان يتسرع بها سريته ماريا, which means she is a slave for fun. The slave does not do anything except sex. She don't cook. She don't clean. She don't wash. She is a Sariya. She is a woman for fun, for sex. For she was very white, She was tall, with a very unique skin of whitening, as the hadiths confirm. And all the wives of Muhammad, they were very jealous from her. This is why Muhammad, he chose for her a location far from their houses. So as you see here, the fatwa, the highest Islamic religion website, saying he did not marry her. So why those people, they lie? What about we go and see some more official website, like ones from Qatar or from Emirat? Al-Fatwa, library.islamweb.com, fatwa number 12668. The question: was she Mary one of his wives? The answer: no. كان يطأها, which means he if her, بملك اليمين, for he owned her. And when she gave birth, she became a mother of a boy, but still she is his slave. The liar, he said he freed her to honor her, to marry her. Translation, reference, question, and the number. Mary the Coptic, may God be blessed with her. This is the topic, is about her. Look what they say about Mary the Coptic. She was a woman slave, and he did not marry her. She was sent by the ruler of Egypt at that time. Supposedly his name is Al-Muqawqas, and he was in Alexandria, and Muhammad, he accepted the gift. And she was, see, translation here is not perfect, she was his right hand possess when she gave birth. The translation is coming funny. She gave birth to Abraham, so she became the mother of the son. Maybe this one is not enough. Let us see something else. Fatwa number 1555. I don't know how many 5 here. There's too many 5. Questions about Mary the Copt. Question: was Mary the Copt of the mother of the believers, which means she was one of the women, the chickens of Muhammad, which she is not allowed to marry after him, because Muhammad, he is very, very sick person. He forbid his wives to sleep with anyone after him because he owned them forever. He is sick. And if you ask the Muslims, is it good for the women to marry after her husband died? They will say yes, absolutely, because that will, prevent fitna, brother, the temptation, brother. Okay, but in the case of Muhammad, nobody dared to open his mouth. So the question: was she one of the mother of the believers? The answer again: no, absolutely not. إن ماريا القبطية ليست من أمهات المؤمنين. Mary the Copt, she is not one of the mothers of the believers, which means she is not the wife of Muhammad. Translate to English. And they are giving you the reference, by the way. This is not just a statement. The Coptic Maria is not one of the mothers of the believers, so she is not a wife for Muhammad. And here they are giving you all the authentic reference supporting the statement they are talking about. Why do they want to lie? Is that enough? No. Islamweb.net. What is the reason the Prophet did not marry from Mary? This is the question. What is the reason he did not marry from Mary? Now they are not asking. They are talking about why Muhammad did not marry Mary the Copt. Because isn't it supposedly Islam is against slavery? So this is the fatwa number 186347, as you see in the screen for those who speak Arabic. And this is the question, and this is the answer. He used to have sex with her without marrying her. Not only that, they say that marriage from a slave is forbidden in Islam. Marriage from a slave is forbidden, which means if you want to marry a woman, well, she cannot be your slave. She have to be free. For sure, she have to be a believer too. If we click to translate to English, they confirm again the same thing. The page could not be translated. Why? Let's try again. All right, now it's working. Read the title. The reason why the Prophet, may Allah shower him, pray on him, did not marry Mary the Copt. This is the title name. So what does that mean? He did not marry her. And there down they confirm why he did not marry her, because he cannot marry a slave. And not only that, the woman she's asking the question, obviously she's a woman, she said, isn't it Islam forbid slavery? He said, not true. Islam did not forbid slavery. It is not true that Islam forbid slavery, but rather encourage manslaughter and open door, if it's door. Translation here is funny. So what it says in Arabic, that Islam is against, nobody can say that Islam forbids slavery. This is a lie. But they are trying to say, but Islam encourages you to free a slave. But did Muhammad free the slave, Mary the Copt? He was having sex with her all those years. And then there's a da'if hadith says, when she gave birth to Ibrahim, Muhammad, he freed her. But this is da'if. Remember, those people, they have a sickness with da'if. Anytime we show them something, they say da'if. Like what? Da'if. So, da'if. So we can, no, da'if, we don't accept it. And this da'if, by the way, is going to cause more problem. If the Muslim want to support their claim by it, because it says he have a child from her and she is not free yet, and did not say anywhere that he married her. Let me see what I can find the hadith. I'm just quoting from my head, and I better find the reference. You know them. We show them in the screen, still they say it's a lie. I mean, it doesn't matter how much we show them. It's a lie. Brother, are you sure it's a lie? Yes, brother, it's a lie. Brother, but he is showing you in the screen, brother. It's a lie. Well, it is in our website, brother. It's an Islamic website, brother. It's a lie. Don't even try. It's a lie. It doesn't matter what you say. So let us see what where we can find the reference. Here we go. We found the reference, which is again proving this Bazi boy to be a liar. Because as you see, even if she was freed, this is after she gave birth to a baby. Supposedly this is his own. In his video, he said, the Prophet, he freed her to honor her, to marry her. And he repeated that a few times. So even this hadith, let us say for the sake of argument, this is Sahih hadith. Actually, I believe it's a Sahih. But you see, the Muslims, they have a habit of da'if thing. Da'if, by the way, da'if does not mean it's rejected. But this boy, he always, anything he don't like, he said da'if and he throw it away. So he can get away from it. It's the easiest way to escape. But even this one, because remember, Ibn Majah is a Sahih book. So how Sahih book and the hadith is da'if? Secondly, as long as this is a da'if, that's mean if this boy don't accept it, where is the reference that he freed her first, honor her second, and then he married her before he have a child? Nowhere to be found. That's a big fat lie. And as we are showing you, all reference saying the opposite. Let us go to more reference. This is the hadith about Muhammad having sex with this woman. It was narrated from Anas. Some people do not know how to read his name. It is Anas, not As. The Messenger of Allah had a female slave with whom he had intercourse. But Aisha and Harsah would not leave him alone until he said she was forbidden to him. And then they quote for you the verse from the chapter of At-Tahrim, chapter 66, verse number 1 and 2. O Prophet, why do you forbid yourself which Allah He has allowed you? To the end of the verse. You see it? So this verse is speaking about Muhammad sleeping with his slave, and this is Mary the Copt. Does it say here a female slave, or it says a wife? You see, if you have a wife and you are sleeping with her, you cannot say, I mean, he is supposed to be a prophet. You cannot say, I forbid myself from sleeping with you. Well, you divorce her then. She is a female slave and she is Mary the Copt. And as you see, this is Sahih. What does Abdul will say? I don't accept it. This is da'if. So we showed you fatwa. We showed you Islamic website answers. What else? What we should do more? Not enough. This is a chapter 66, verse number 2, Ibn Kathir. And here, by the way, I want to show you something very funny. Like, can you believe it that Ibn Kathir in English have nothing to do with Ibn Kathir in Arabic? All the story here about Mary is not in the English translation. All the story, imagine how they are deceiving people. Why in the world somebody translating the book of Ibn Kathir, why he skip 4 or 5 pages in explanation of a chapter? Because it's an embarrassment. If we go right now, actually I can now, we can open this one in Google and Google translation, and we can translate, and you will see how in a second we get them busted. Shall we do that? Here we go. For those who do not know, this is the official government of the Kingdom of Jordan. And the King of Jordan, he is the one who owned this website. And he claimed that he is descendant from Muhammad, which is actually true. He is descendant from, sleeping around. But not from him, really. Because I believe Muhammad, is not the one. I mean, let us say they are descendant from the women, some of the women's of Muhammad, but have nothing to do with those women have nothing to do with Muhammad. But he claimed that he is descended from Muhammad. So by birth, they belong to Muhammad. This is explain why they are very corrupt. They are the king of Jordan. He is a CIA member. When Al Qaeda they explode themselves in a base of CIA, the prince, the brother of the king, he was in the office. And you tell me what he's doing there in the CIA office. He's their agent. This is why they sponsor him. This is why Israel protect them. However, this is at the end of the day, this is the book of Ibn Kathir, and we cannot say Ibn Kathir is a CIA agent, right? And this is Ibn Kathir in Arabic, which is totally different from Ibn Kathir in English. You can open Ibn Kathir in English now, and you will not see this story there. We click. It says here, لا تخبري أحد وإن أم إبراهيم علي حرام. So Hafsa, she came to the house, she found Muhammad doing boom boom to the slave girl in her bed. He promised her if she don't tell anyone about his scandal, because obviously it's a shameful behavior, he promised her she is forbidden for me. I will never do it. This is why the chapter saying, why you forbid yourself what is made lawful for you. And this is what the hadith we just showed you was saying. And this is Sahih. Let us translate. Google translation. Google, peace be upon him. See? So he was sleeping with her, and he told Hafsa, she is forbidden for me. What he was doing with this woman? She is his slave. She is the mother of Ibrahim, but she is not his wife. When people, they have no shame, they do as they wish. The same thing can be proven if we switch to English. This is the book of Asbab al-Nuzul, the same website. And the book of Asbab al-Nuzul mean the reason for the verses to come down. So this book explain what happened, what is in the backyard. So when she is your slave girl, he swore. When his wife, she came to the house, let me highlight for you so you can read with me. And the good thing in this page here, we do not need to translate, because this is translated already in English, and we do not really need to translate anything here. For some reason my mouse is not functioning. Okay, hold on. What happened? I'm trying to open the link, I mean to give you the link. But anyway, as long as we have it in front of us here now, if you read with me here, it says, so when Hafsa, she came and she found Muhammad with the mother of his son, Maria. When Hafsa, she found him in her bed, in her house, imagine how filthy. He sent Hafsa to the house of her father. He told her, don't you want to go and visit your father? Go visit your father. So she go to her father's house. Then she felt there is something fishy. Why he's insisting? What's up? So when she came early, she entered the house. And she found him along with the mother of his son. You see, they don't say his wife. They say the mother of his son, Maria. And then she said to him, why did you bring her in my house? You did this to me? To the exception of all your wives? Which means from all the wives you have, you decide not to insult except me by bringing the slave? Only because I am too insufficient for you? He said to her, look at the coward. Look at the coward. Do not mention this to Aisha. Just don't tell Aisha, okay? She will burn the house on me. And then he said, she is forbidden for me, i.e. Maria, if I ever touch her. He is forbidden whom? He is forbidding the slave. Why they lie? Is that their website? Is that what it says? Why they love to lie? What is the purpose? What is behind their lies? In verse number 2, Allah, He sent him a verse saying to him, don't worry about the oath you take, okay? Just break a zucchini. Can you believe it? It's in the front of you. Allah, He sent him a verse saying, oh, you know what? You don't have to keep your oath, because he took an oath. He swear. He said, by Allah, I swear. So your oath of forbidding yourself from sexual relationship with the handmaid is not valid no more. Do you see the word handmaid? They make her a wife just to protect their prophet from being exposed with his filth. This is Tafsir al-Jalalain. The handmaid Maria. Do you see it? Why you forbid yourself, your handmaid? Made that unlawful for you. The Coptic handmaid Maria. Do anyone see the word wife? I mean, how many books until now we showed? But it's not enough. It doesn't matter how many reference and proofs you show Abdul, he will say it is a goat even if she fly. So what I will do now? How I can solve this problem? Abdul is not convinced. We did not show any reference yet. I mean, who care about the highest authority of Islam, Saudi Arabia? Okay, what about Ibn al-Qayyim? What about At-Tabaqat al-Kubra? What about, you know, I mean, all the books, this is why they are saying, why they wanna, why those scholars, they would lie? You know what? So I decided, I said to myself, let us go and see the Mr. Holes in the narrative. You know, Mr. Hole in the narrative, he have a school and he is a teacher and he's a scholar supposedly. So Mr. Hole in the narrative, he is the best to explain what's going on. I mean, who can do better? Nobody. So Mr. Hole in the narrative, he is going to explain to you how big the hole was in the house of Muhammad. Mr. Hole in the narrative, it's your time. Go.
Again shows you the way that slavery was practiced in Islam is very different than the way it is in any other civilization. That in our sharia, if a concubine gives birth, well, of course, the child will be fully legitimate and exactly the same as all other children in inheritance, in wiratha, in the take.
Remember, he is talking about what? Talking about Mary the Copt. He's talking about what? Mary the Copt. This is the name of the title of his video. Continue, Abdul.
Taking the name of the father and taking the status of the father. And I should have mentioned, most of our khulafa of the Umayyads and of the Abbasids especially, and the Ottomans, almost all of them were sons of slaves.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it, Muslims? So you Muslim, you go, you invade your neighbors and you rape the women and then you have babies from them. Those your leaders are sons of fornications. They are not married to them. The caliphate are not sons of legitimate marriage. Muhammad's son, Ibrahim, according to the stories here, is a son of a fornication, not from a marriage, because he did not marry her. Be my witness. Continue, Mr. Hole in the narrative.
So being the son of a slave did not have any type of negative smear at all. In fact, even Hajar, right, and Ismail, right, this is the same thing. Okay, so the point being,
just to show you how stupid this guy, Hajar and her son Ishmael, he is not a son of a slave, you idiot. She was Abraham's slave, but he married her. He did not sleep with her as a slave. She became his wife, so she is free. So here they say the same as Abraham. And what do you have to do with Abraham? Continue.
That in our sharia, when the slave has a child, when such a concubine has a child, automatically she gets a free upgrade. What is this free upgrade?
You see, when you get a baby, you get a free upgrade. 10 gigabyte. You open your legs to a Muslim. He keep doing raping you until you have a baby from him. Then you will be abrogated. There's somebody saying, his name is Omar, saying the Bible promote dashing babies. That's because you are a stupid idiot. The Bible never promote that. This is a prayer of a Jew. He is saying, let happen to them as it did to us, which means it was the enemy who was dashing the babies. So you are a fool like your prophet. However, talking about dashing babies, don't make me go there, because I can show you from your Islamic religion that you Muslims is the one who dash babies. I can show it to you right now. You want to call me so we can laugh? Now continue, Mr. Whore in the narrative. And what happened to Mary the Copt?
Great. The sharia calls her al-Walad. al-Walad. And al-Walad means that she is no longer a concubine.
She is no longer a... What? So Mary the Copt, this is Yasser Qadi, who have a PhD in Islamic shish kebab, confirming that Mary the Copt, she was always a slave, and Muhammad was raping her as a slave. When she gave birth to a son to Muhammad, which later Muhammad discovered that this is not his son, because Aisha, she got her busted, automatically she been abrogated to a free woman. So Muhammad was raping her non-stop. He did not free her. It was not his choice. It was a tradition. The Arab tradition, when a man sleep with his slave and she gave a son for him, for the sake of the son. He didn't want his son to grow and see his mother is a slave in his house. So automatically she was abrogated. So why the guy, he said the prophet, he freed her and he honored her and he married her. Now did he marry her? This is the look. So he did not free her. It was her giving birth which would give her freedom, not Muhammad freeing her. He was raping her without marrying her, and she is not a right hand possessed from war, because the Quran and Islam forbid Muhammad from having sex with women who they are not married to him, or they have to be a captive of war, as we showed you in the yellow pages of Muhammad. Do you see it? The right hand possessed in Islam is only captive of war, to the point Muslims, they can have sex with them even if they are married. This is why if you go down, you will see here it's forbidden for you married women except who? Except women who they are your right hand possess. Do you see it? Who they are what? Who they are the captive of war. So Muhammad, he have no lawful, at least Islamic lawful reason to have sex with this slave, for she is not a captive of war. It's forbidden for you for marriage. For marriage between two brackets, doesn't say that, but where does it go? Your mother, your daughter, your blah 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 blah. Okay, and then it's lawful for you. Okay, now we start with is what forbidden, and then what is lawful. And also forbidden for you women already married except your right hand possess. What right hand possess mean? The captives. Do you see it? So now we go back to the hole in the narrative so we can love. Go. Yes, sir.
She has certain privileges and rights, and of them is she cannot be sold, she cannot be transferred, she cannot...
Remember, until now he's talking about Mary the Copt. All of this talking about Mary the Copt. You know? So now actually she is not free. You see, it says it's abrogated, he abrogate her, but she still cannot be she cannot leave. So how she is free? She cannot be sold, but she is not free. He's talking about abrogation, like she is abrogated now. She is now free, but she's not free. She cannot leave because you just said she cannot be sold. That means still Muhammad, you own her. She cannot leave.
Be treated like a slave, and she will become free as soon as her husband or owner, in this case, passes away. Okay?
Ah, she will be free after he died. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? So she will be free after Muhammad he died. So she is abrogated now. And now she is waiting patiently for the owner who was raping her to die so she can be free. I'm not the one who said that. This is your friend, the friendly Muslim, Dr. Yasser Qadi.
Okay. So this is a al-Walad. Okay.
Yeah, Booger guy.
So we can say this, that Islam is coming close to this issue of absolving slavery. That every single lady that gives birth, you cannot, and this is wallahi so humane.
So humane.
How can you then get rid of the lady who gave birth to your own son or daughter?
Guys, it's so humane. So now we rape the women, and now the women, she have a child from me after raping her, and this is very humane. Without marrying her. He did not marry her. Very humane. So if somebody took the wife of Yasser Qadi and he raped his wife and he have a child from her, this guy is very humane. He's a very good person. May Allah bless him. Continue.
Right? It becomes haram to do this. And this lady is now upgraded from Milk Yamin to al-Walad. And when you become al-Walad, so as soon as the owner dies, you become automatically free. Nobody can be your owner after that.
Look how amazing. So now you became the mother of the child. You're not free yet. You cannot go anywhere. He still owns you. But now you have a new title. You are the mother of the child. So Mary the Copt, she became a mother of a child, which is supposedly from Muhammad. And now she have a new title, the mother of the child. But she is still a slave. She will be free after Muhammad he died. Listen carefully, Muslims.
Our Prophet gave the fiqh ruling through Maria, a'taqaha waladuha. The fact that she has a child, now she's a free lady now.
Did you hear it? A'taqaha waladaha. Now she became, because she gave birth, now she became a free. But he just said she will not be free until he died. And this is the same hadith we just showed you. It says da'if. Do you remember? Do you see how those hypocrites, when they want, they quote da'if hadith. When they want, they reject it. Do you see it? It says da'if. It's in the front of your eyes. Look, let me zoom in. Because Muslims always, they have a bad vision. Their vision is good only when they want. You know? It says da'if. So why he is quoting it? If I mention it to him, he will say to me, this is da'if, I don't accept it. But now, because that will serve the lie or the joke about how decent Muhammad is, they quote this, that when her son freed her, but he just said she is not free until the husband die. So he did not free her really. So Muhammad saying, in the future when I die, she will be free. Thank you very much. That is very humane. You see how we get them busted? Okay, continue, Mr. Hole in the narrative. May Allah bless your holes and make them bigger and round. Okay. So the Prophet, he said her son freed her. So the liar, the guy from Afghanistan, the Bachabazi, when he said the Prophet, he freed her, he honored her, and he married her, is lying. Now we want to go to the point where it says, did he marry her? Hey Yasser, did he marry her? I can't wait to hear you saying if he married her or not.
That she's going to become a free lady. And one of the ladies of the Ansar, they volunteered to become a foster mother. In fact, the books of Sirah mentioned there was a competition, eagerness. A lot of women came to want to be a foster mother to the child.
Why do you want to be a foster mother? The mother, she don't want to give her baby milk? Why they are fighting over fostering the child? What does that mean? The woman, she was dying, Mary the Copt, Muhammad, he killed her. Why she is not taking care of her baby? Is that because he is a baby from rape? Is that because she is very sad?
And this also shows us, by the way, this is a custom that has almost disappeared from our time, but it was very common for ladies to volunteer to help out and to be a foster child to children. And every mother knows it's so difficult to raise a newborn, an infant, and this is what they would do. They would help one another out. And they would just take the child and, you know, help out in rearing the child. So one of the ladies of the Ansar, and her name is mentioned in the books, she basically, the Prophet agreed that she should be the wet nurse, if you like. And so she takes charge of the child for some periods as well, and the Prophet gave her some stipend for that as well, because this is a paid job that it is done. And Ibrahim lived for a year, and some reports say a year and 4 months, some reports say a year and 6 months. So basically between this amount of time, around 18 months.
Anyway, so was she the wife of Muhammad? The video is long. Was she the wife of Muhammad? No, she was just a slave. Actually, I don't know which part of the video he said that she is not, she was his slave. Maybe I did skip it by mistake. Maybe, I don't know. Let us go back. Maybe I skipped that part.
Our sharia, if a concubine gives birth, well, of course, the child will be fully legitimate and exactly the same as all other children in inheritance, in
yeah, actually, he mentioned that already, because he's talking about Mary the Copt. The whole class is about Mary the Copt. So, Mary the Copt, if she gave birth, then after her husband died, she will be free. It's confirmed. So, Yasser Qadi, he agreed. He did not marry her. What else? I found a new Abdul. There's a new Abdul. Let us see here.
Mary Qibtiyya, she was a slave woman of the Prophet ﷺ, or in Urdu we call it bandi or jariya, whatever as you may call it.
Hey, did you hear Bacha Bozy boy? She was a bandi. She was what? A bandi. And he is from your country. Is he lying? She was a slave. She was a bandi.
Nonetheless, the Prophet ﷺ, he noticed right away that there was a sense of jealousy. There was a sense of jealousy amongst his wives. Now the reason was, is because Maria's mother, she was considered as a Roman. She was originally a Roman, and therefore, because she was a Roman, her skin was extremely light.
See the obsessed Muhammad with the white skin. This is why he said attack the Romans so we can get the blondie girls. So Mary the Copt, she is supposedly Egyptian, but obviously she is not, because she had a very white skin. And the wives of Muhammad, they were so unhappy because she arrived, because Muhammad, he starts sleeping with her every night and he don't go to their homes.
And so therefore, there was a certain type of beauty that she had that some of the other wives of the Prophet ﷺ did not have. Now, does that mean that she is the wife of the Prophet ﷺ? No, she's not. But because...
See? Does that mean she is the wife of the Prophet Muhammad? No, she is not. And this is your Abdul, he is a sheikh from your country. So which one of you is lying? Is she the wife? Does that mean that she became the wife of the Prophet, peace be upon him? Brother, no, she is not.
It's extremely light. And so therefore, there was a certain type of beauty that she had that some of the other wives of the Prophet ﷺ did not have. Now, does that mean that she is the wife of the Prophet ﷺ? No, she's not. But
I mean, how many references we have to show where we are going to stop, where we are going to go, because it doesn't matter. If you show them for 10 centuries, they will say you are lying. This is a website which is in English. I will give you the link. I mean, do you see? You see how they lie? Why they lie? I mean, all their Islamic official and their sheikhs, they say she is not the wife. Was Mary the Copt, the mother of the believer? This is the page in English. You do not need to use Google translation. And this is the number of the publication, which means the fatwa. Question. There is no doubt that Mary the Copt was the concubine of the messenger. Okay. And she bore a son, Ibrahim. Can the title of mother of the believers be given to Mary al-Copt or not? So look, they are saying there's no doubt. This is the question. There's no doubt that Mary the Copt, she was only a cucumber to Muhammad. She is a cucumber. This is what the cucumber mean. He played with her anytime he wished. She is not his wife. He's a sex slave. There's no doubt. Why they are saying such a thing? This is official Islamic website. Why they are saying there's no? This is the question, not the answer. Now, do the answer agree that she was just a slave girl for sex? Yes. Praise be to Allah. Allah Prophet, Allah pray on him and salute him. He did not marry Mary the Coptia. Rather, she was a concubine, as we say, the cucumber. Do you see it? And they are showing you tons of reference in their website. Why do they want to lie? Who's telling the truth in this religion? The Bachabazi boy from Afghanistan, or those official scholars? Who is the one is truthful? She did not marry her. Can you imagine if an official government website says such a thing which is not true? What will happen to this government in Islamic countries? Can you imagine how much that will be a big problem for that government? How many mujahideen they will suicide themselves against this government? So the question was saying, there's no doubt that Mary the Copt, she was just a sex slave. The answer is, for sure, he did not marry her. She was just a cucumber. In the best scenario, a zucchini. Muhammad just having fun. And you know, the Muslim, they have article about how lucky she is. She got the honor to have the penis of the holy prophet to rape her. She's very lucky. She's been honored by Allah. This is how perverted this cult is. So as you see, everything they said is a lie. And by the way, the reason I did not play that video of this potato, because this potato, he's a kid. He will go to YouTube and he will flag you for copyright. Potato. Do you remember last time when we get him busted? He gets so sad. So he went to YouTube. He told YouTube, Christian Prince, this guy, he used my video. Like, what? Breathe. Tell me what happened. What happened? What happened? Christian Prince, hold on. Take it easy. I can't give you some proofs if you don't tell me. I think we need to find out what happened, because trust me, what happened exactly? It doesn't matter how many proofs you show them. They will say this is not true. What? Absolutely false. Video. You see how brave he is, showing you the point reference and evidence that Mary the Copt was a concubine. That this guy, he is desperate to take it down. Hadith mentioning clearly that she is just a cucumber to take it down, and they are giving you the reference. Everything there, they have the video cannot answer him anyway. Why he is desperate to take it down? What's wrong? Is that enough? No. You see how coward this kid is? No. No. Christian Prince, you are a biological liar. What I'm showing you on the screen, this is your reference, this is your books. This is your website. Everybody knows that you lie. I'm showing the reference here, and here we go. If we go down, actually, if you go in the end of the page here, you will see all the reference. Those are Muslims. They mention to you where they got all the reference from, and the conclusion that she is not, and she was not his wife. Look how many references up to. Look at this. I mean, this page is full. I can keep quoting from now until tomorrow. I mean, what is that? Conclusion. So after all this reference, conclusion. In view of positive argument, the statue of Mary the Copt with the Prophet, and critic the argument of those who seek to break with the tradition, in evidence that Maria was indeed a concubine of Muhammad. Do you see it? And not a wife. This is the conclusion. After all those references, the Muslim, they come to the conclusion that those fools who try to prove that she is not, they are a bunch of foolish. They have no proof of that. It's absolutely false. And Yasser Qadi agree, and the scholars, they agree, and the books of hadith agree. But the Bachabazi boy, he want to make his prophet look nice. He knew he's lying. This is the website. I will give it to you. But I think still I did not give enough reference. Did I give enough reference? I think I did not. And just watch, you will see a Muhammadan in the comment section. He will say, Christian Prince, you're a liar. You provide nothing. Like what? Let us give more reference. All enough. I think it's enough. So guys, those people, they are just, like this guy, he looked like a balloon. Don't just use a needle with him. Otherwise, all the fault will come out. I'm not talking about Yasser Qadi. Yasser Qadi, he don't need the gas to come out. It's already out. He is the one who discovered holes in the narrative. And then, in order to fix it, he come with million excuses. There is no doubt that the Quran is preserved, brother. But the guy, he asked you, Do you accept the Quran if we give you a plain book right now? Do you accept it as it is? Are you going to write it again as it is? He said, this is a very hard question. This is not for public. Actually, you know what? Why we don't refresh the memory of people about the wisdom? This is what happened to Muhammadan when they cannot refute us. They give us a big answer. Sharp, intelligent, and nobody can refute. No one. I bet you.
What the hell? I mean,
mark my words, the meltdown is just getting started.
I have kept my cool with these people for way too long. It's not in my nature to stoop to the level of every single barking dog. I just don't do that. I don't respond to stupidity and foolishness. As you're all aware, this is not my style. I do not attack people by name. Unfortunately, I have to break that rule for this one lecture. And just for one.
Guys, he don't attack people by their name. He's better than Allah. Well, your prophet, he called them names. He said, go and bite the penis of your father. Your prophet, he spoke even about his uncle. He made a chapter in the Quran about him. I'm better than Muhammad. I don't attack people by their names. I don't. But today I'm going to make an exception. Exception.
Give these idiots the smackdown that they deserve. People like Jay Smith or David Wood or their ilk.
Certainly, I don't feel towards him like he feels.
Look at this guy. Like, this guy is going romantic now. You know, Smith. Like, certainly I don't feel like this Christian guy. He don't know what's happening. Like, what happened to those Muslims? Why he's calling me? This guy is very nice. He don't call. You know, he's very. It's not. I mean, you can say Christian Prince. He shout. He scream. He is very harsh with them. Yeah, but this guy is very nice. So yeah, like he have no idea. Like what? So he said like, certainly I don't feel the same to like, take it easy, Smith, come on. I mean, he's Abdul. And Abdul is angry. Come on. He have to refute you. How will he refute you? By this.
Certainly I don't feel towards him like he feels towards us.
What the hell? I mean, these idiots, they are untrained, ignorant people. They are untrained.
Are you trained? I mean, who trained you? Mean, he is a trained idiot. They are untrained idiot. He is a trained idiot.
Untrained, unqualified, ignorant, arrogant individuals, arrogant nincompoops. They have no integrity.
You know, there's a word, I'm trying to learn it in English, nincompoop. You see, I'm hearing for the first time insult I never heard before. Honestly, most of those words I don't know what they are. Like income, what he said? Say it again.
Individuals, arrogant nincompoops. They have no integrity. They are utter fools, ignoramuses.
You know, the good thing about not too good to be good in English, I heard nothing, because they mean nothing for me. What is this, man? Where do you get all these words from? I mean, did you search all the dictionary, a word of the insult, and you start hitting with it? All of those. Nincompoop? Is it coming from the word poop? I got it. Nincompoop. The prophet, he have 9 wives in the same time. And when the angel came to him to give him the chapter of Al-Fatiha, he was doing poop. I can show the reference. Continue.
Just listen to them and you know that they are utter jahil. So do you understand why it is insulting for someone like me to...
Something like me. I have copyright over the following discovery. There's a hole in the narrative. How someone like me, who discover the holes in the narrative which is in the book of Allah in Mars, he cannot be like those, like me, like them. No. Hole in the narrative and non-co-poop is him. Mr. Non-co-poop, quiet.
I have to get involved with such a crowd. I have nothing to do with these cretins whatsoever.
There's an awful lot of words that he
Somebody take Jay Smith to the Starbucks for God's sake. I mean, this guy, he was listening like, what? What happened? This is what, you know, for me, I don't find this is shocking at all, because we, you know, we grew up in their country, in their lands, which is our land anyway, and they stole it from us, and we know how rude they are, and we know how savage this cult is. But this guy is like, what happened? This guy have a PhD. He claimed that he is a doctor. He claimed that he is a scholar. He claimed that he is a teacher. Suddenly, he opened the book of poop.
Yasser Qadi used that were quite strong. I'm not going to use those kind of words. I don't think it's
Don't. Come on. You know, Jay Smith, you have to go to school to the Middle East to learn how to say them. You don't. Or join my channel, you will learn how to say them.
appropriate. Certainly, I don't feel towards him like he feels towards us.
Listening to people like Jay makes me realize why there are still people who believe the earth is flat, you know? When you
Isn't the Quran say the earth is flat? He is saying, now he understands why there is still some people believe the earth is flat. Well, isn't it your prophet, he says, Allah come in every third part of the night? Every third part of the night? How that can happen unless the earth is flat? Which third? If you say to me this does not mean he believe in the third part of the night as a flat, which means not only one time for the whole earth, then that means your God Allah is a yo-yo. Was this me? You. I remember when I was a kid they gave me a yo-yo. I thought, you know, because I'm a Middle Eastern, you know, the first time I get it, I start throwing at the people around me. Like, you know, what we do with this? They say, no, just do up and down. I said, this is boring. We should hit people with it, shouldn't, you know? Middle Eastern style. Like in the West, they play with the yo-yo like nicely. For us, we use it as a weapon of mass destruction. Continue, Mr. Yo-Yo. So, hold on. You know, you force me now to go to the Quran where it says the earth is flat. Actually, I will use a verse. Dr. Zakir Naik, all of them are doctors, did you notice? All of them, they are doctors, brother. وَالْأَرْضُ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ دَحَاهَا. According to Zakir Naik, brother and sister, the Quran, chapter 79, verse number 30, it says that the earth is the shape of an egg. The shape of an egg, you idiot. Where is the word egg? Open every single translation. We will not find the egg. Did somebody eat the egg? Zakir Naik, are you sure? The Quran says that the earth is in the shape of the egg? Where? Here we go. We have this page in the front of us, have hundreds of translation in any language you choose. Not only that, brother, we can go to the interpretation. And in the interpretation, it says, chapter 79, verse number 30, mean that Allah, He made the earth flat. Idiot. Nincompoop. Yeah, nincompoop. Boop. And nin. Come boop. But boop. Okay. Look, what the heck? We just heard Yasser Qadi, the whole narrative. He says, now I understand why there are some people who still believe the earth is flat. Is he talking about the Jalalain or about talking about his prophet or Allah? Because Allah, he says, after that he spread out the earth and he made it flat. Diego saying, have you seen the hadith that says the earth in the top of a whale? My friend, I'm the last one to know. Thank you for teaching me today. I never heard this before. Now, because of you, I know that the Muslim believe the earth in the top of a whale. And yeah, in the top of a whale, and the whale in the top of a... no, hold on. The earth in top of the whale, and the whale is in the top of a bowl, and the bowl in the top of a rock, and under the rock there is dust, and none knows what is under the dust save Allah. Look at this, in honesty. They stop there. That's it. They can't tell us more. I mean, that's it. You see how amazing this religion is? Like, they don't want to give false information. They give you only what is confirmed to be true. So the earth in the top of a whale, and the whale in the top of a bowl, and the bowl. Excuse my English. Bowl. Yeah. So okay, and you know, and then brother, in the underneath of the bowl there is a rock. How they knew that? Honestly, you know, when you learn about this religion, look, we can choose all those verses, and all of them, they are amazing. Notice with me when I say the word amazing. Learn how to say it correctly. Amazing. You know, you can use it this way only when you speak about the Quran. All those chapters are amazing. You know, I mean, wherever you go, you will see the amazing. Because the Muslim, when they recite the Quran, they have to squeeze their words. They say, you know, they love those things, you know. It's like, you know, you have an ant or you have a bee in your ear, you know, and then amazing. So who can beat this book? Nobody, we have to admit. Do we have any Muslim in the chat? He's have an obligation. You know, I'm really convinced that Islam is amazing. The only problem with this amazing religion, that Muslims, they always fail to explain to us how amazing it is. But then the scholars came and they decided to give a hand to explain to you what is amazing about it. And this is the amazing knowledge which is Yasir Qadi, he got his degree in. From the narration of the authority of Ibn Abbas, he said, regarding the interpretation of Allah saying noon, Allah said noon? Like what? Allah said noon? Brother, what he meant by noon? Brother, read carefully. Knowledge is there. This is a pure science. Zakir Naik, the only one he can explain this is Zakir Naik. But that's it, sir. If we go to the book of Asbab al-Nuzul, or if we go to the book of Ibn Abbas, it said that from the reason, Ibn Abbas, he said, by the way, brother, sister, Ibn Abbas is the canon of the Prophet, and he is the only one who, and the Prophet, he named to be the scholar of the Ummah, which means he can explain the Quran. So this is no doubt, this is very accurate. Ibn Abbas, he said, Allah swear by noon, which is the whale that carried the earth, and in the back of the whale, or sorry, the whale on its back carrying the earth, and he is the whale in the water, brother. Zakir, I have a question. How big this whale? Christian Prince, first, you do not know how to talk. Secondly, it takes you 10 minutes to make a sentence. So for the sake of the sin of Allah, leave me alone. Okay, but how big the whale which is carrying the earth? It's very obvious that this whale is very big, because the earth is very big. So obviously the whale have to be bigger. Okay. I know you are going to say to me thank you, but it's going to take you 10 minutes to say thank you. So just leave me alone. Just shut up. And beneath, which is the bowl, and under the bowl is the rock, and under the rock is the dust, and none knows what under the dust save Allah. Is that can you accept playing what happened there? Christian Prince, are you stupid or what? It's very simple. There's a whale, and the whale in the water, and the earth is the top of the whale, And under the whale, there's a ox. And then the ox is standing in the rock, which is very normal. Because if he's standing in the sand, his feet will go in the sand, and he will go down, and the earth will shrink. You mean will sink? Exactly. So he had to step in the croc. In the croc? In the rock. Okay. And look, the knowledge of Allah and Islam go further. The name of the whale is Lewish. You know what? This is a very Lewish religion. I mean, this is a lot of Lewish Farrakhan. And it says the name of, look now, they are searching for the name. Look, the Muslims, they don't let any details go. Like, okay, well, there's a whale. I mean, is it possible that this whale does not have a name? Like, come on, this is one of the bit of Allah. Like, you call your dog Tutu. She called her cat Susu. Allah have to give him a name. What is the name of the whale? Look like there's many whales carrying many earth. Otherwise, why would I give them? So the whale of the name of the whale is Lewish. And some they say is Lutaya. That's deep. The name of the bull is Bahamut. Like Bahamut. You know, Muhammad, he took something, a word from the Old Testament, by the way. And some they say it is Talahut. Look at this. From Lotaya to Bahamut to Louis Farrakhan or Liuana. Like, what the heck? Are we going to end in Taiwan now? What is missing to say next? His name is Ching Hong Bruce Lee. Like, what is that? This is my Chinese, by the way. And the whale is in the sea. I'm really surprised that the whale is in the sea, because I thought the whale would be in my bathtub. Look at the details, brother.